All right, 97.1. Good to have you with us on a holiday Friday. Snowflakes. It's exciting. And we're going to have a lot of fun today, but we have got to start with something. And for the life of me, I don't know. I don't understand what's happening. I'll play some audio for you. We're going to play some Penei Sewell.
I thought you meant the Cure Bowl. Okay.
Well, that's just good luck. Team with coach, team without. We're going to play some Penei Sewell. We're going to play some Aaron Glenn. I'd just like to know, who the hell are they yelling at? Because I don't know these people they speak of. This conversation about doom and gloom. If the rule of being a fan is you got to kiss everybody's ass all the time, I don't want to live in that world. But I also don't live in a world where I've had a single person call this show and go, I'm not watching the games, we'll see you next year. If doom and gloom is simply saying you're no longer the favorite to win the Super Bowl, well, I'm a doom and gloomer. But it's factual. You're not the favorite. If doom and gloom is, I hope they win the Super Bowl. I don't know that they are. Mm-hmm. Well, then I'm doom and gloom. But for the life of me, Rico, I don't know who they're having this conversation with. Do you want to play the audio? And then you can take us till 6. Let's just get up out of here.
I almost did that Monday.
Yep.
Go ahead, David.
Here's Penei Sewell.
Well, see, here's the thing. When you start talking about the real fans, okay, so I would say, Mr. Sewell, if you don't win the Super Bowl, do you come back and to apologize to the fake fans who had some concern? When you start talking about to the real, first of all, you never want to go and play that fan game. You don't win. But I think what has happened with the Lions in that locker room, they went from everybody saying you're the best, you're gonna win, you're a one of one, to you guys are good, but you've come down to the pack and there are other teams, and I don't think they want to hear that. They want to keep hearing, well, praise us the way you praised us when we were 11-1. Well, circumstances and things have changed, but I don't think that it sounds like the team is coming. It almost sounds like what Georgia does, where it's us versus the world. You're making this up.
The problem is there are people that exist, and I heard this on the morning show, and I told Costa to his face today, and I said it respectfully. I said, Jim, it's not that the show was bad. I just couldn't take any more of the people. He had a guy call in, and Jim posted him up and basically was like, all right, so if Jared Goff gets hurt, well, I still believe. Okay, then. Like, if you're living in delusion, that's your business. But I don't think, first of all, I hate fan arguments. I think fan gatekeeping is loser behavior. Everybody in this town wants this team to win the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. That's what qualifies you as a fan. If you don't want them to win the Super Bowl, that's different. But do you have Aaron Glenn? Do we have that? Who's Aaron Glenn yelling at? I don't know who's having these conversations.
But you know what?
Saying I'm bummed out because we're no longer the heavy favorite to win the Super Bowl, that sky is falling?
It's almost one of those conversations where the person is yelling at him and you look at them and say, who are you trying to convince, me or yourself right now? And that's what it sounds like. Maybe they're trying to convince themselves, hey, guys, the sky is not falling. Yes, a lot of injuries, but we have to rally. Because it does feel that way, Mike. And I don't know if you've ever been in one of those conversations, but you're looking at the person like, who are you trying to convince here, me or
it's
yourself?
Every day with you about college football. No, but hold on.
Hurtful.
So why don't we ask this question? What defines doom and gloom? What defines, you walked right into it. What do you want me to say?
Right.
Listen, what defines sky is falling? Like, who the hell are they yelling at? I don't believe saying that they're not the favorite to win the Super Bowl anymore, or that it's hope, not expectation. I don't think that's doom and gloom, and I don't think it's sky is falling. Who are these sky is falling people who won't watch the game, season's over, I quit? I haven't run into one of them. We do this for a living. Mm-hmm. But it's a weird thing. Like, David sent me the audio. Basically, Gov, tell me if you've heard this before.
So you've heard it.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Gov snapped.
I heard it
all because Costa was concerned about the injuries. Like, okay, so if you're living in delusion, where only, hey, we're going to win every game because ... and that's the only acceptable way forward, I don't know how you got a right getting mad at people who go, yeah, but Jesus, these injuries have piled up. Want them to win, hope they win, but I don't expect it. But listening to the Penei Sewell thing, and Cookies and Stoney did a bunch of this yesterday, then Aaron Glenn, and I maybe you're right. Maybe they're convincing themselves. But I don't know who the people they're talking to are.
No, I don't know if those people actually exist. But once again, Mike, it's when you hear Kirby Smart, you guys all doubted us. Who doubted you, Kirby? When Georgia won, people doubted us. Nobody doubted you. And I think for the same with the Lions. Nobody is saying that you're not a good team. You're just not the perennial favorites anymore, where it was looking like a collision course between you and whoever the AFC had to offer.
Yeah.
You were going. It looks like you were going to lock up the 1 seed.
I felt like it was a lock.
You were destroying teams. You were beating them. You were beating them on your worst day. You were knocking off division leaders after throwing 5 picks and falling behind. But now it's a different team. Can you make it to the Super Bowl? Yes, you can. Will it be a little more difficult? Yes, it will.
A lot.
But it's still possible. But nobody is saying that you are now, the Jets, where you're just a trash organization.
Oh, and the owner demands you address them as ambassador?
You making this
Nope.
up.
Not making it up at all. You are instructed to address Woody Johnson as Mr. Ambassador.
Or I could just go home.
And yes, several people chose to do that. 248-539-9797 as we get started on a football Friday. Who the hell are these people Aaron Glenn and Penei Sewell are talking to?
Look, I don't know what the feeling is like in the actual building with these guys, but it almost feels like, when you heard the word, when affirmations and people want to speak positive things to themselves in the mirror, it almost feels like they're talking to themselves looking in the mirror. That's who they're talking to. We're fine. There's no doom and gloom. Everything's great. But they're actually talking to the media. It almost feels like they're talking to themselves, convincing themselves everything is great. Everything is awesome. We're just fine. That's who they're arguing with. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah. They're trying to convince themselves that, no, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
But what justifies doom and gloom? Like from fans. Like I want to hear from fans about fans, I guess. What's doom and gloom? What's this barometer for being classified as doom and gloom? I don't think it's an acknowledgement of reality that you're not the favorite to win the Super Bowl anymore. I don't think it's an acknowledgement that losing Aleem McNeil, provided with data, is really devastating. Like I don't think that's doom and gloom. I think it's living in the real world.
Doom and gloom to me, like for the rest of the season, if you finish as the 5th or 6th seed.
No, but no one's saying that.
Oh.
I'm not saying it. You're not saying it. I haven't heard fans say it. No. They have an opportunity to win out. Now, me saying they have to have the 1 seed to have a realistic shot at the Super Bowl. Is that doom and gloom?
No.
No, I think that's common sense.
Yeah.
No one's picked them to lose to the Bears. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, 20-plus people you're missing on defense. That's pretty bad. That's just common sense and reality. And if you don't like that, well, I don't know what to do. I can't help you.
But here's my issue. And people keep hanging up on Kenny. It's a very bizarre thing. Kenny, do you care to share? Are they cussing you out?
No, they're just people that aren't ready to talk on the phone.
Then
very basic part about calling somebody.
Yeah, I was going to say is why would you be on the phone?
Okay, here's the thing. This is a safe space. You can call. You can disagree with us. You can tell us what we are being gloom and doom. That's fine. Don't hang up on Kenny. Talk to us. 248-539-9797.
What I can't do and what I won't do, and I've said this all week, if you're just going to be one of those people who refuses to talk about reality with your team and you go, well, Dan's going to coach him up, this isn't the show for you. That's like how a 6-year-old thinks. It's okay to talk sports. That's what we do. And when good players get hurt, it's a problem. For a human being, allegedly a well-adjusted human being, to call Cookies and talk about how Jared Goff could die and he'd still believe, I can't help you.
That's somebody who really took that Dan Campbell speech to heart.
I don't feel the doom and gloom. In fact, I think people have been irrationally positive with their team. I think people acknowledging, hey, we're probably not the favorite to win the Super Bowl anymore, or, hey, in order to do this, it's even more critical to get the 1 seed. Yeah, do I think this team's winning the Super Bowl? No, I don't. Not anymore. Not after 6 months of saying we are absolutely doing this.
See, I was almost at doom and gloom early in the year when Aiden Hutchinson went down because I didn't know how the team would respond.
Did I go doom and gloom? No.
No, you didn't. But I was like, you know what? And then the defense actually got better.
Yes.
People picked up for the slack, and it was like, you know what?
And now what?
And then I was buying with you, like, yeah, this team's going to go to the Super Bowl. This team's going to win. They should be the favorite. But you cannot overcome over 20-plus players injured on your defense.
But what have we said? They have 3 weeks to show us what this is going to look like. And again, either by the way they're playing or maybe we get Calais Campbell, we can get it back on the rails. But it's just, it's people yelling at clouds. I felt like Aaron Glenn and Penei Sewell were seeing ghosts. And shame on the media for even asking the question with the term doom and gloom. What's the doom and gloom? It's called living in reality. But when it's phrased that way, but sky is falling? Who the hell has said the sky is falling, they're not going to win another game, and they're fodder in the first round? No one has said that.
Nobody.
So I don't know. I wanted to start with it today because I told Cookies, I go, you sounded good. I had to turn it. I mean, crack kills, man. 248-539-9797. We'll get with the people. Is TJ joining us, or has he found an excuse not to come to work today?
I'm assuming he's going to be here. Yeah.
Okay. And we got a lot of people with a lot to say. So let's do the business. 97.1.